Okay. So we're gonna do some hips and upper back chest stuff today. So you'll want to have either your little Pilates ball, or you can have foam roll. Blocks will also work, but something that you can kind of mush yourself over, a rolled up pillow or blanket. And yeah, it's gonna be a little bit more of a slow practice today. So let's start with a little breath work. So get yourself comfortably seated. Secure all rolling objects. Close your eyes. Taking a couple of deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. On every exhale, just imagine your body being washed over. So you're kind of peeling away, washing away those outer layers that have been out in the world today. Maybe other people's energy, just the world's energy, peeling it away, getting closer to your own authentic energy. And we're going to do something called a box breath. So it's really good for your nervous system, for balancing everything out and decreasing stress, increasing your emotional capacity for life. So I'm going to do it for a 4 count. So we inhale for 4, we hold for 4, we exhale for 4, we hold for 4, and we just keep doing it box style. So I'm going to lead it in a 4 count. However, if that is not feeling comfortable for you, you can put it as a 2 count or a 6 count. So I'm just setting parameters and you do whatever the hell you want to do, essentially. All right. What feels good to you? So we're going to inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through a soft jaw, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. And then exhale completely and go back to your regularly scheduled breath. All right. So let's get started with a straddle. So you are going to open the legs up. And if you're finding that you have a little difficulty getting the low back long here, so really getting up on top of your hips and you're rounding and sinking your weight back, you can scoot yourself back into a wall and use the wall for support. If it feels a little wonky or tender in the knees, you can roll something up and put it under the knees so that they're softly bent. And you might find that you are just going to sit upright here, and that's fine. If it feels like you can tip forward and your body is open to that, you're going to go ahead and start to fold yourself forward. Now, as you come into this, I encourage you to keep the hands wide so that we don't curl up into our chest. So we don't want to feel crunched in the chest. We want to keep it really open. So taking the hands more out towards the knees. And if you find that you're really struggling to relax through the shoulders, you can always turn the palms up, and that automatically triggers the shoulders to drop down. Let the head go here if it's comfortable. You always have the option of grabbing some props to support the head if you need extra support there, or if it feels like it's too much along your spine. And once you get where you're going, you're going to take a couple rounds of breath again, in through the nose, out through the mouth, and really focus on that peeling idea. On the exhale, you're just peeling away the day, peeling away any stress or tension. And then start to use the breath to think about peeling away layers of stress and tension in the body. So every exhale becomes a little prayer of relaxation. How can I let go a little bit more? Where am I holding on to things I don't need to hold on to? Where am I working too hard? And really let all the muscles in your face go. So you want to think of yourself like a Shar-Pei, the puppy with all the wrinkles in its face, and just really letting all of the face muscles go. So it feels as if you've got all this extra skin on your face that's just melting down towards the mat. Take a couple more breaths here. If you folded forward, just slowly use your arms to roll yourself up. Sitting tall for a moment, relax the shoulders down your back, close your eyes, come back to your breath. And you're gonna bend your left knee in towards the right thigh. Keep your hips where they are, but just rotate your torso towards the right leg. And then lift that right hip up a little bit and pull it back. So you're really stretching the flesh of the right butt cheek backwards. And start to send your heart past your knee. So we're really trying to line up the center of the chest with the center of the leg, opening the heart as we lengthen forwards. And again, hands are wide, so one on either side, trying to keep the chest open. You always have the option of coming up onto blocks with the arms. But we're pulling the right hip back and letting that left thigh and hip open up out to the side. So really try to relax through the left waistline because we are stretching out of the left waistline. We're looking to open up the left low back. So focus on softening along the left side of the spine, into the left low back, down into the left side of the back of the pelvis. Think about even the internal organs resting inside the left side of the pelvis. Feeling the spleen and the pancreas on that left side soften. Feeling the intestines relaxing. Letting the head relax as well. And see if you can feel the whole left side of the spine softening right from the left side of your tailbone up to the left side of the skull, into your ear, into the left side of the jaw, the left eyeball. And using the hands to roll yourself up. Twisting yourself back center. A couple deep breaths. And then you're going to re-extend that left leg back out. And we're going to pull the right leg in. Sitting up nice and tall. Leave the hips where they are, but rotate the torso towards the left leg. Lift that left butt cheek up a little bit and pull the hip backwards. So we deepen the stretch and lengthen the leg. And then really rotating the heart towards the knee. Start to lengthen out over the leg. And just notice how this side feels compared to the other side. And start that softening process. So really relaxing through the right hip, the right side of the pelvis. Feeling the right side of the intestines softening. Coming up into kidney, liver, spleen. Kidney, liver, gallbladder. Feeling the left side of the low back soften. The whole left side of this, I am doing everything backwards right now. The whole right side of the spine. The whole right low back. Right up alongside the shoulder blade, all the way up into the skull. Feeling that right ear and jaw soften, the right eye relaxing. Using the breath to soften a little bit deeper. Letting the head go. Taking a couple more deep breaths here. Using the arms to roll yourself up. Sitting up tall. And you're going to pull that left leg in. And grab a block. We're not going to do a supported bridge for a moment to release a little bit more in the opposite direction, that low back. So you've got your block, you've got low, medium, and high. So you'll come into this, slowly rolling onto your back. You might get an adjustment just from resting here for a moment. So notice if there's any cramping through the hips on either side of the sacrum. And if there is, amazing. Rest here, take a couple deep breaths because you might really be able to soften into an adjustment. So when you find that cramping happening on either side of the sacrum, it's almost like you want to go into it, lean into it, like find how you can intensify it, because as you move into that intensity, that's where you're actually going to get the adjustment, and then you'll have a really nice release. And once you feel complete in that position, you'll gently tuck the tail, press into your heels, lifting yourself up and placing the block in at your sacrum. And from there, feet are hip width apart. Arms drop out to the side or cactus arms. And again, as you come into this position, you might start to feel that cramping on either side of your sacrum. And if you do, that's fantastic. Lean into it.
Keep using the breath to soften and surrender that tissue and see if you can get an adjustment. And really allowing the upper body to pour out of your pelvis as if you were in a Dali painting. You're going to press into your heels, gently lifting the hips up and off of the block. Setting the block off to the side, roll yourself back down. And then one knee at a time, pull it into the chest. Wrapping your arms around your knees, hugging them into your chest. As you do that, soften through the low back and hips. Grab hold of the feet, turning the feet in towards each other. Let the knees come out into a butterfly pose. And stacking the feet on top of the knees for a moment in happy baby. Lengthen your pubic bone away from you. And bring the feet back together and then the knees back together. Rock a little side to side. And roll yourself over onto one side and press yourself up. And we're going to come around onto our bellies for a deep chest and shoulder opener. So we're going to start with the right arm out to the side. Actually, let's do what we did a couple weeks ago where how did we do that? I got to remember. Okay, yeah, we were on our bellies and we brought the hands out to the side. So we had 90-degree angles from the elbow to the hands, and the hands are shoulder height. And then what did we do? Yeah, we just rolled into it, I think. So rolling over into the right side. And you are surrendering your shoulder blade here. My left leg is just hanging out in space because it's comfortable in my hip and my low back. If that's not comfortable for you, you can always extend it down the mat. There's not something at the end of your mat like there is for me. Or use it in front of you to push yourself over a little bit more, but I find it more comfortable to take it back and just let it float. So you're surrendering your shoulder blade. And as you roll into it with the elbow lifted up, that shoulder blade is really being peeled up and off of the rib cage. Then you'll probably also feel this through the chest up into your collarbone. Now roll back center. Leave the left hand just how it is, but your right arm is going to extend out, palm down onto the mat. And then we're going to roll ourselves back into that right arm, but walk your fingertips away as you go. This time as you roll, that left leg should probably touch the floor like a kickstand. And the left hand is staying active on the mat in front of you, rolling you into this pose more deeply. Rolling back onto your belly. Nice and slow and gentle. Bringing both arms back into that kind of rotated cactus position, 90-degree angle. And you're going to roll over onto that left side or towards that left side. And surrendering the left shoulder blade as you go. So really softening through the entire shoulder, right up to the spine. And again, if you need to find another location for that right foot, go ahead. Notice where your left shoulder wants to hang on. See if you can get it to relax and let go. And slowly roll yourself back. Right hand is going to stay just how it is, but the left arm is going to extend out. You start to roll back onto the left arm and walk the fingertips away as you go. This time the right foot will come down onto the mat. And we're using that right arm to continue to press ourselves over. Rolling back onto your belly. Bringing both hands under your shoulders. Press yourself back into child's pose. You're going to roll yourself up, roll on your back again. If you've got the Pilates ball, you're going to grab that, or your foam roll, or a block. And you're going to place one of those items right between the shoulder blades. Drop the arms out and head back. The palms are turned up, the elbows are pointed kind of down towards the hips. So we've got a strong external rotation happening here through the arms, through the chest. If the head needs support, you can always grab a block or a little pillow, something to place under the head. And you really, again, want to just feel like you're in a Dali painting, just draped over whatever object you are on. Noticing any areas where you're holding tension, so you can soften with your exhale and let those places go. I'm gonna slowly start to bring some movement into your neck. And then tuck your chin towards your chest. Bring the hands behind the head. And then give yourself a curl all the way up. As high as you can go. And then you'll bring the hands down onto the mat on either side of you. Walk the hands back. Push into your hands. So bring yourself up to seated. Take that ball out from under you. And then lower yourself back down for Shavasana. Dropping the arms out. Feel as if somebody has placed their hands on your hip bones and is just gently applying pressure. Can also feel nice if you've got a bolster or something kind of heavy that you can place across the pelvis to actually really get that sensation. It's always a great idea. Beginning to deepen your breath. Wiggling your fingers and toes. Hands and feet. Wrists and ankles. Knees and elbows. Shoulders and hips. Rolling over onto one side. And bringing yourself up to seated. We'll come back to that box breath that we started with. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. And exhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Exhale completely. Bringing one hand on top of your heart center and then the other hand on top of that. Taking a moment to flood your entire body with gratitude. Thanking it for everything it does for us. The things we ask it to do and the things we don't have to ask it to do. In those areas that might be feeling a little tired or sore or disconnected, send those areas extra gratitude. And thank you for coming to play this evening. Namaste.